What's up, y'all? Just give me 1 second. Having some technical difficulties. If you know, you know. Yeah. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Slow Mode. I'm Sam. Joining here with your boy Maurice. Make sure you stop and hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps us out. It really helps us get our channel to where it needs to be. But yeah, here to chop it up with y'all for about an hour. See how y'all doing. See how y'all liking our new portal so far. Let us know in the comment section how you enjoyed our DP and Mick Jenkins Lemonade portal with SpongeBob. Let us know how y'all enjoyed that. If you viewed that, drop a comment in the comment section. Leave a like on the video. And yeah, let's chop it up, man. We just gonna talk about some real facts as usual, like we're always bringing knowledge to y'all. If you're checking me out, right now I'm wearing our slow-moed portals t-shirt. Right now this t-shirt is on sale, 50% off on my official website, www.slowmoed.com/shop. The link is in the description, so make sure you check that out. This is 50% off. It's off, I believe, 7 more days. So make sure you copy one while it's still on discount. But yeah, before we start, I'm gonna give praises to the Moorish or Black scholars and their contributions to enlightening and raising up the dark-skinned folk outside of the black status, the dead status. Gonna give adjurations to Dr. Infudishi Jehutimas, also Joe Augustus Rogers, Dr. Ivan Van Sertima, Dr. Charles Finch III, Wayne Chandler, Renoku Rashidi, so many. Shake out the joke. Give dedications to them. So many more. I'm gonna think of so many adorations. You know, their wisdom has contributed to our growth and our channel as well. That knowledge, having that knowledge in order to spark or actually kick off our journey so that we can pioneer new elements of technology and science into our world. Adorations to Dr. Muhammad Ashby, contributed a lot of his mystical teachings as well. Yeah, and so many more. But we give praises. I would pour libations for them, but we can do that later. Right now, I'm gonna light some incense. So, stay with me. Yeah. But yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you drop a like, drop a comment. Let me know where you're from. If you haven't already, we released the portal last weekend. It's by DP and Mick Jenkins Lemonade. Make sure you check that out. That's available now. So you can go ahead and jump into that dimension, if you get what I'm saying. So yeah. Make sure y'all hitting the subscribe button. If y'all got any friends or associates that are fascinated with anime or interested in anime or interested in music or animated music videos, make sure you put them on by referring to us. And we're bringing something new to the AMV world. If I do continue myself, slow mode is set apart from the slowed and reverb, and it's also set apart from the screwed or chopped and screwed music. Chopped and screwed, of course, being the origin of the slowed down style. So we give honor and reverence to DJ Screw and H-Town culture, but we're representing from H-Town, so yeah. Just a continuation of that, along with bringing something new to the table. But all this wouldn't be possible without um, um, without the pathway built by our ancestors, which is we give great reverence to and honor to, because without them it wouldn't be possible. But yeah, hit that subscribe button. We trying to get to 1,000 this year, 1,000 subscribers. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. It helps us out. Anything that y'all want to see in the future, you can either drop a comment in the comment section, or you can go to our website, our official website, on our submissions page. The link to our website is in the description, so you can check that out. Speaking on Dr. Infudishi earlier, there's a book this is the latest book that Dr. Muada asked Infudishi Jehutima's the latest book that he wrote. It's about Menchu Hotep and the various Magi that he trained with in Africa. And this second book details the inner workings of the philosophy that he learned from the interior part of Africa. The first book references his training, going to become a Heru or a Per-Ah or Pharaoh for Kemet during the 20th dynasty. So a lot of this history about Menchu Hotep, I think he was the reunifier of the 20th dynasty, I believe, 21st dynasty, something like that, around 2000 BC. So that's 4,000 years ago. This dark-skinned, swarthy, Moorish, Kemetic fellow, or Kemite, or Egyptian wasn't even the name then. Yeah, he reunited Upper and Lower Kemet, just like the Pharaoh Narmer. If you're familiar with Narmer's palette, reunifying Upper and Lower Egypt. There's different dates, but some say 330 BC. I mean 3300 BC, which is 5,200 years ago. He's the reunifier Upper and Lower Kemet. But Mentuhotep, he reunifies it after Kemet has been destroyed or wreaked havoc by the North. So it's a quite interesting book by Infudisi Jahutimus. My only thing is he could have, maybe it's just the first edition, he could have added more references. For example, like on certain glyphs and certain sayings, he could have added the reference to where the information came from. Maybe on the later editions, but still, all in all, the wisdom that I found in this book, you can find it among other priests or Kemetic priests. For example, some of the information in here, Dr. Mu'adh Asbi references in his various books. He even goes over the stone croc circles in South Africa. This is Adam's calendar in South Africa, and this is in Gabir Naphtaliya. So this is in Libya, about like 300 miles west of Kemet, or the Nile Delta. Not Nile Delta, but the Nile River. But yeah, I'll check it out. Shemshud Haru, Spirit of the Magi. This is part 2. Best to start with part 1, but I've read 3 of Dr. Infudishi's books, Spiritual Wars of Healers, and these 2 Shemshud Haru Magi books, and very, very knowledgeable stuff. And this type of information can propel people to reach their higher selves so that they can reach goals that they may not think is obtainable in this life. I know that may sound kind of bizarre, but that's from my discovery. Thank you for joining in. If you missed it earlier, I'm just reiterating what I said earlier. We got 50% sale on this shirt, so it's glow in the dark. But yeah, 50% sale going right now, so make sure you check that out on my online website. Make sure y'all are subscribing. Hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 1,000 for the year 2025, if that's possible. But it will be greatly appreciated if we can get to that number fairly quickly. Drop a comment. Let me know where y'all from. Let me know where y'all from, and if y'all enjoyed our recent portal that we released. We're working on another Moorish slow-moed portal this weekend, so hopefully that'll be out. We're working our magic. And the funny thing about magic, magic is, I've read in various books, magic is wisdom, and knowledge is wisdom, applied. So wisdom can be found in this various book, and I'll tell you a funny story about magic. There's a book called Ancient and Modern Britons by David McRitchie, and it goes over the history of Scotland. There's 2 volumes, 1 and 2. and it goes over the history of Scotland and the first Scots in the British Isles. And he describes how the first people uh, that were living in Scotland were the Phoenicians. Now, this isn't what I'm saying. This is what David McRitchie says in his basically in his bibliography, because I've read more of his books as well. But yeah, in magic, talking about magic, he described that the dark-skinned or swarthy Moorish, Gypsy, Pygmy, Picts, Fions, Moors, Crinos, fairies, uh, falls, etc. He says that they used to carry around books of magic throughout the country as they would go around the country minstreling or being vagabonds, strollers, bards, jesters, jugglers, and horse stealers. If you believe that, beggars. They used to go around with books of magic, similar to and the language in those books was similar to the Egyptian hieroglyphs. So there's a connection, and also the invention of gunpowder that was first used in warfare. Uh, those ignorant of gunpowder, they thought that they saw dragons in the sky. This is in you can find that reference in Ancient and Modern Britain's Volume 2. I can't think of the exact page or chapter, but it's in there. And he described that they thought that gunpowder looked like dragons when they first witnessed it. So it's pretty interesting. And some Masonic literature that I've read details about magic being wisdom. I can't think of the names of the Masonic literature, but yeah, that's there. But all magic it really is, according to the ancients, was wisdom, and the first magic writers and the ones responsible for our alphabet are the Kemites or Egyptians, and they called their words or their chants or their letters, they called them Heku, which means words of power or words of magic. Those were the first spells that we know of in this current human history, according to our language, as far as the alphabet goes. Now, the Egyptians' language being magic, there's various books and videos that I can refer. I think off the top of my head and give a few. But when I was first starting out into getting into like Egyptian mysticism and Egyptian knowledge and mythology, I would watch a lot of YouTube videos, and one of them that I remember well was William Bill Cooper's Egyptian magic video, and he details how you can find out on YouTube if you type it in. He just goes over like how the Egyptians were using magic and uh, the same like. It's pretty funny. Think about it now because I've read so many books since then. But yeah, it's there. He details how their wisdom was supreme. Various Moorish, believe it or not, Moorish Science Temple of America videos. Even though some of them guys they lie and But they have knowledge as well, though you have to check your sources. You can't just go off of what they're saying, because if you do, you're gonna be in trouble. And you know what I'm talking about. If you're uh, if you I kind of gotta watch my words. That's one thing I learned. You have to watch your words. If you get started, if you're a small YouTuber and you're thinking about starting a channel or a podcast or something, and you're actually like a good person and you want the best for your viewers, you have to give them the accurate, precise knowledge so they can go find it themselves. Unless you're doing the opposite, um, then that's your choice. And that's the lower self, and we're not with the lower self. We're with the higher self. But so if you don't take anything else from this video, even if you don't subscribe, like, whatever, check your sources. Period. Period. I don't care if somebody's just blabbing off the mouth, talking nonsense, or if they claim it to be correct. Check your sources. Back check their words. Reference. Use scholarly sources, scholarly websites, so you can eliminate all the BS in between. You have to get that foundation of truth first to walk on that water. Dropping some gems. I'm gonna give you some more knowledge from this guy right here, Infudishi Jehutimus Hassan Khalil. He got a long name, but yeah, this brother is he helped me see deeper into the teachings of Moses, because there was one lecture that he had recorded that I viewed, and he said that Moses, the story of Moses folding the water. Well, this brother here said that story came from a Kemetic priest or Egyptian priest around the time of Sennacherib. So I checked that source. I checked who Sennacherib was, and I checked who's the priest that folded the water. Okay, and I looked, and the priest's name is DJA. That's the first. Those are the first letters of it, but it's Jamin, Junkin, something like that. But the story goes that Sennacherib was bored, so he decided to go on a boat ride, and I think it possibly was Red Sea. I can't think of the proper name right now, but he went on the boat ride with his about 20 of his maidens or whatever, and one of his maidens that was rowing, she dropped her malachite or turquoise necklace in the water. And like she was like, "Oh, I can't row anymore because I dropped my precious turquoise or malachite necklace in the water," and it was so important to her, right? So Sennacherib called up one of his Egyptian priests, which was his best priest, was Jamin or something like that. But Jamin, he emitted some words of power, which is basically just the Heku chants that we were just talking about, or the words of magic. So this is what this brother, Infudis Jehutimus, Hassan Salim, this is what he said. That story is where Moses' story of him folding the water came out, because after the priests emitted the words of power, he was able to fold the water on top of each other, and at the bottom of the bottom of the body of water, there was the malachite or turquoise necklace. I don't know why it's two different stones, but somebody lying. But I ain't got to the bottom of that yet. But if somebody's out there, just go ahead and do that. But yeah, so that's where he told me, where I was able to see the story where Moses, where that story came from about him folding the water. So that led me to the book Moses and Monotheism by Sigmund Freud. The so-called father of psychology. And in Sigmund Freud's book, Moses and Monotheism, he basically was saying that the name Moses is Egyptian. Not only that, Moses was an Egyptian. He was born in Egypt. And monotheism originated in Egypt with Akhenaten, or Amenhotep IV, which is his original name. But yeah, and just kept getting more knowledge and studying, and you know, this knowledge has been applied to the channel. If you go to our blogs, we write about various knowledge that can be found in our clothing, that can be found in our slow-moed portals, that can be found in our mystics videos. All of that is available on our website, and that's what our company is based upon, is bringing knowledge to those that are willing to receive that knowledge. Mm. Mm. So understand that, don't be afraid to receive knowledge, even though I must say this, even though some knowledge may not be entertaining to hear, it may not resonate with you, um, but do persist, because the truth is the truth, unfortunately, and some people don't, some people don't like to hear the truth, which is understood. That's human nature, but that can be controlled. Almost down to the wire. That's good. Thank y'all for tuning in with me. Let me know where y'all from, where y'all watching this from. Any ideas of portals that y'all want to see in the future? This shirt is 50% off. It expires in 7 days. It's comfy, durable, 100% cotton. Yeah, pretty good material. But yeah, and also subscribe, because we trying to get to 1,000. The faster we get to 1,000 subscribers, the faster we can create more portals with more speed and get more knowledge out to y'all via our blogs and our mystics videos. But yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. Greatly appreciate it. Greatly appreciate y'all joining me on this journey. If you're new to the journey, hello, how you doing? If you're new, we accept criticism here. That's welcome. Criticism is welcome. Yeah, that's welcome. Hope y'all enjoying the music. I switched it up from last time. But it seems like as far as flipping the camera, I still don't know how to do that yet. But I don't think that you can do it because I tried putting my camera in horizontal view, but it doesn't work for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just illiterate now. As Robert Kiyosaki says, the new illiterate are those who can't learn and relearn. Not just the ones that just can't read or write. The ones that can't learn and relearn. He said that in his book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Not doing no push-ups or curls today. The camera angle won't allow me to. But or jogging. But I may be jogging on my next live stream. We're gonna be live streaming every Wednesday night. So at 8 o'clock right now. So after this video is up, we'll probably put up a link to our next live, and we'll be reposting it throughout the week. But also, I will be adding it to my website at after this live goes up. So probably a day or two it'll be up on my website. I'll be able to let everybody that goes to my website know that I'll be live streaming on this or that day. And eventually we're going to be live streaming on Instagram and TikTok as well. Maybe Facebook, but I have to create gotta create a Facebook page. Haven't got to it yet, but it's a lot. But I love the challenge. Do y'all like challenges? What are some daunting things that y'all are striving to do right now? That you just let me rephrase that. What are some daunting things that y'all are doing right now that y'all are just clawing and reaching at and trying, pursuing just to get? Let me know in the comments section, because we got winners here. But yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. We got another book right here, Egypt and the World of the Pharaohs. The World of the Pharaohs. We got a lot of beautiful pictures in here. A lot of beautiful pictures. Some things you wouldn't even. Oh, let me show you. So, like I was saying, Menchu Hotel. Menchu Hotel, bringing back in, the old period, bringing in the old philosophy of the old Kemet. If you look at this image right here of this pharaoh, you see many of the statues nowadays. They don't have just the beard. The beard is either knocked off or their nose is knocked off. But if you can see his beard has curly hair. So it's clearly African or Moorish hair. It's curly hair beard. So that's on a lot of the statues that were taking place during the Middle Kingdom, which isn't talked about a lot. And you can even see them braided. course, I didn't know this, but see if you can see for this picture of Seti. See how his beard is knocked off? They did that on purpose to hide the Negroid features. But yeah, they put fine detail into the beard. I thought that was pretty amazing because I've never seen, since I don't live in Africa and I don't really haven't seen many statues like that. It's hard to see that fine level of detail in the beard. Of course, you can see it in the hair, but on top of the head. But they did this in stone. See, if you look at Thutmose the first, if you look real closely on the detail of his beard, you see curly Negroid or Moorish or African hairs in his beard. So yeah, that's quite fascinating. Yeah, man. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. We just sharing knowledge and vibing. Just sharing knowledge, vibing, and kicking it. I thank y'all for tuning in. It's been a long week, but yeah, we're getting through it, and more portals coming as soon as possible. We just grinding and we taking it slow. More portals coming. Um, like our last portal said, we taking our time, making it stick. Take my precious time. Hey, check into the lyrics of the song, our latest portal by DP and Mick Jenkins, Lemonade. Give that a watch. Give it a listen. If you can't do both, check it out, man. It's a vibe. Put it on our playlist. We got various playlists on our YouTube page, so if you just want to just cruise or vibe, you can check out our Float On playlist. That's on our channel. If you're a smoker of any type of substance, we got a smoking watch list. Different slow-mo portals that whatever task you're doing, you can just vibe as you do your tasks. Put on our portals and just put on shuffle. That helps get the channel to reach different eyes or different ears. Make the accessibility more wide for people, different audiences. I say that because accessibility is a very big part of reaching different types of audiences from what I've learned with my research. But yeah, man, we for the people though. We for the people. And yeah, it's just what it is. We aim to transport y'all to the best knowledge beneficial to y'all. That's facts. Where some of y'all favorite neo soul tunes? What type of underground R&B do y'all like? What type of underground rap do y'all like? What type of pop rap do y'all like, or popular rap? What type of instrumental jams do y'all like that you meditate upon? That's another way that words of magic can be applied is through meditation. You can find a mantra or some words like the powerful Om. Om. That's a mantra. There's the Heku chants or words of magic. You can repeat like Amun Ra, give adorations to Ra, adorations to Amin, adorations to Isis or Aset, ASAR, which is in everybody according to the philosophy. But yeah, just like pouring libations. These are just rituals that people can put in their lives and just to get their minds more focused on their higher selves. For more on that information, check out Dr. Muada Ashby. He has a very vast bibliography for different information on yoga and meditation. All according to various research done by medical establishment as well as philosophical. But yeah, are y'all interested in seeing Kung Fu Panda? Or do y'all like Kung Fu Panda? Do y'all like I'm not gonna ask that. More portals coming on the way. We're taking it. We're trying to get them out faster, but there's some things slowing us down, and a big reason. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but a big reason is subscribers aren't where they need to be. So we're trying to get to 1,000 this year, if that's possible. But yeah, we're trucking along. Let me know in the comments what type of workouts y'all like to do. Are y'all familiar with Thomas Edison? You may be wondering, why do you say Thomas Edison? Well, if you look behind me, you see a light glowing. Yeah, thank Thomas Edison for that. I recently read his bibliography, and it's quite interesting. You read different millionaires, different bibliography. You can learn a lot about their past and what they went through on their roads. But one thing I learned about Thomas Edison was that me and him have a lot of similarities. Not only that, but well, one thing I remember, I learned about him back in grade school. He wasn't able to see the full thriving of his inventions. For example, the phone and various lights and technologies that came afterwards. But very knowledgeable dude. Unfortunate that he didn't. He mentioned in his bibliography that his biggest mishap was not working with, not trusting, either not working or not trusting in Nicholas Tesla when he had him hired and working for him in his lab. So that's one thing I took away from that bibliography. Look at Tesla now. Well, it's not Tesla, that's just his name, but look at let's just say look at Tesla stock. Yeah, interesting. Nicholas Tesla, Nicholas Tesla studied ancient Egyptian philosophy as well. Albert Einstein studied ancient Egyptian philosophy. Yeah. Nikola Tesla tried to create free energy for the world, but J.P. Morgan wouldn't allow the funding because he couldn't make money off of it. So there's just different things that hindered the progress of I would say either evolution or humanity, like because it's just certain events that kind of slowed it down. Now, like now, now if you think about it, could that be greed? Could that be ignorance? Could that be just, I don't know what that could be. Like, for example, the Library of Alexandria being burnt down by Julius Caesar and setting back humanity 1,000 to 2,000 years back from all those books and scrolls being burnt. But it's just things like that that kind of like um, set humanity back from where it could be. But even in the digital realm, that the digital realm isn't permanent either, because a deluge could happen, or I've been watching geologists. One name of a geologist is Dr. Robert Schoch. Robert Schoch details Robert Schoch and Graham Hancock. They details that back in the past, about 10,000 years ago, the Earth had like different storms that came through, or flares from the sun that could cause lightning storms all across the planet and like just destroy everything. So you think about that and EMPs, as far as technology goes, and these things, this camera that's rolling, it's not permanent. It's only like, it's not stone. If you get what I'm saying, like, are these phones or laptops, are they gonna last 1,000, 2,000 years from now? What's gonna last that long? Like, think about that. An example would be like Göbekli Tepe in the Middle East. It could be the pyramids in Giza. It could be the Sphinx. Those are dated thousands and thousands of years ago. But a cell phone, who knows what the ancients were using to communicate? I don't know. What about the human civilizations before our civilization? What were they using? Were they just using sticks and stones? Like Doctor, like Einstein said. There's a quote by Einstein. He says, "What I don't know what weapons World War III would be fought with, but World War IV would be fought with sticks and stones, or it could be World War II at the time. I don't know. It, the quote kind of slipping away from me right now, so maybe y'all can verify that." That's a quote that stuck with me too. Yeah, Einstein was smart guy, of course. I don't have to um, give my take on that, but that's my opinion. But with all that being said, all these scholars that I mentioned, all these great scholars, even though I don't have a PhD uh, or doctors or whatever or a master's, I'm just exchanging some of the knowledge that I have. Um, all of those guys, they had to learn their knowledge from their knowledge of mathematics, their knowledge of science, their knowledge of chemistry, their knowledge of astronomy, geometry, language, religion. All of that has origins from the Nile Valley, which is the origin of human beings, Homo sapiens sapien, according to anthropology. Um, Now, as I said again, I'm not a PhD. I'm not a doctor. I don't have a master's. I don't do seminars in front of college students, but I do have some knowledge. Um, but yeah, and what I learned with all my studies, like they got all that information from the Nile Valley. All those scientists, the seven liberal arts that's used in all our colleges, all of our schools, it came from the interior of Africa. They established it. They were the first humans to establish that, and it spread out through the rest of the world. This is according to my research. This is according to biology, according to anthropology, according to history. You know, it's in written record as far as language goes. Um, yeah, there's books, uh, African Presence in the Early Europe by Dr. Ivan van Sertima. He's an anthropologist and he describes the seven liberal arts that were learned. Wayne Chandler, he describes it in his book. Um, I forgot the title. Ancient Future. Ancient Future is Wayne Chandler's book. Uh, George G.M. James, he describes in his book how the Greeks learn indirectly and directly from the Africans, everything that they know, how the Greeks got taught what math they knew or know from their African teachers. This isn't me saying this. This is what George G.M. James said. He did the research. He compiled the research and put it together. I'm just espousing it. But yeah, that's important knowledge for those of y'all watching, and you want to get into our Moorish or Egyptian, Moorish or African science with this channel and our business and the foundations of where this knowledge has come from and where it's going, because Africa is the origin of a lot of our sciences that we are using all over the world. Um, and that's a fact. It's not just me saying it. It's not my opinion. This is traceable by biology, like I said, I don't want to repeat myself. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but we kind of have to do that because the timeline and history has been corrupted and jumbled so much that the lies have been perpetuated, that and people are starting to believe that the lies are true and they're not true. So, but also the PhDs and the doctors, they're not telling the truth either. So, I don't know. It's like the situation that we're in is, well, as far as the dark-skinned people in the diaspora, especially the blacks in America, are at a very extreme disadvantage when it comes to finding the truth about the origin of where all these sciences came from and who they are. And you know, their their native origin as far as the world goes. Since the blacks are the only group of people, well, I don't know if they are the only group of people that don't have nationality, but they're the only group of people in the West that don't have nationality. With the blacks, and they call themselves Black African American, and they don't know their Moorish history. Now, Moor doesn't mean Islam, Arab, or Muslim. Now, that's perpetuated on the internet by different Moorish Science Temple stuff. Moor means dark-skinned Swarthy. North African. Now, let me repeat. Moor means dark-skinned Swarthy. Swarthy means dark-skinned. Native African. So, when the word Moor was first used by the Romans and the Greeks didn't explore all of the interior of Africa. So they thought Africa was just a tiny little strip of Libya, Egypt, Ethiopia, Morocco, Mauritania, and whatever. They hadn't ventured all the way into South Africa and in the interior of West Africa and the Sahel. They didn't venture there. So the English language, the dark-skinned Swarthy people that they were fighting against and going into the territory, those are who the blacks think they are in America. Now, when you go to the slave trade, okay, Europeans coming from Europe taking the Moors, the Moriscos that fled during the Spanish Inquisition into North Africa, the Moors that fled into North Africa, the Morenos, the Moriscos, which were just Christian converted Jews and Moors. Once they went back into the North Africa, they became pirates or corsairs and went into Europe and started enslaving Europeans. That's the history that's not taught. We only got 1 minute to go, but for more on the Moriscos going into Europe or the Mediterranean and during the transatlantic slave trade and before it.
Right, always discreet pads for blunder protection that bunches
tampons came on. That stopped the music. We only got less than a minute to go, but I thank y'all for tuning in. The Moriscos went to Northern Africa, but those are the true Moors. And during the transatlantic slave trade, the dark-skinned people that were taken from Africa back into America and became enslaved are the blacks, but the blacks don't connect their ancestry to Africa, and they don't connect their ancestry to the Native Americans because they're on both sides. But the key point is, all humanity originated from Africa 200,000 years ago. Homo sapiens sapiens. All right, peace, y'all.